Let's go into the language. Starting with the golden path, like I said, this is such a good framework to start with, to walk our incarnation cross to start with, which is the activation sequence. So that's just the first overlay of language. Activation sequence, those 4 gene keys that we have: life's work, evolution, radiance, and purpose. That is exactly the same thing as the incarnation cross, which is personality sun, personality earth, design sun, design earth. And we're going to have both a gate and a line. So we are saying gate and line in human design. We're saying gene key and line in the gene keys. I also, as you know, speak about archetypes for the 64. So 64 hexagrams, 64 gates, 64 gene keys. We could just say simply 64 archetypes. Actually, another word I'm starting to play with is signature. We're 64 different signature, which is a little bit less personified. And somehow, when it comes to the higher frequencies that are less like archetypes or people, then the signatures, the signature of beauty, the signature of divine will, the signature of unity, that in the higher frequency. And then what I really love, and we are going to do this today, we're going to look at the lines. Because line, people are even like, when they start line, what do you mean with line? Oh, it's the decimal after the first number, right? That's the line. And of course, if you know the I Ching, you know that there are 6 lines of the hexagram structure, and that's what it comes from. However, the way that I love to speak about them is to connect them to the body and element. So the 6 first chakras and the elements connected to the chakras, or the colors as well. So wherever you have a 4th line, like you see here, it's going to be connected to the heart chakra and to the air element. In a chart, human design, gene keys, if you look at genetic matrix, for example, where you have all the astrology, but also the numbers, wherever you have a decimal that is a 4, you can connect it back to that element and to that chakra. And we can also speak about role. So that's something we have keynotes for both in Gene Keys and human design. So the first line is the creator or the investigator. The second line is a dancer or the hermit. The third line is the martyr or the change maker. The 4th line is the server or the opportunist. The 5th line is the fixer or the heretic. And the 6th line is the role model or the visionary. So anywhere you have that in a chart, you can see, oh, that's the kind of archetypal role that is together with this gate. I also often say that the line or the chakra, the element of the role, this thing here, is really what unlocks the actual gate key archetype. This is about embodiment. If you don't tune in and open through that chakra, that element, that role, it's going to be difficult to live out that signature, that gene key gate in a higher frequency. So knowing that when we come through the body, when we come through the element, that is where we can fully step into that key, especially in the true self frequency. And then we call it spheres in the golden path in the gene keys, but really what it is planets. And these planets are either natal or prenatal, either personality or design. And then connections. I have worked a lot with this in the advanced program where we're looking at connections between planets. So we don't necessarily need to have the golden path and see, oh, there is a pathway here that connects the design sun to the design earth. No, we could connect any planets. So also always look at connections between the things that we have in our chart. It doesn't even need to be a planet. It could be the midheaven that's connected also to the brand or the life's work or the sun, for example, because that is how we are going to be seen in the world. So the pathway are connecting different planets or points in the chart. So these are a few different ways of speaking about exactly the same thing. And here we have this codex where we can see in the golden path where everything is. So here you can take a screenshot of this if you don't have it already.